When I first started blogging about corruption in Montana, about 2004, being someone who was into New Age information, I love the Pentacle. It doesn't mean anything evil to me. I come from a long line of witches and healers, and I've talked to God my whole life, spirit. And so, conservatives don't necessarily appreciate that. I didn't consider myself a Democrat or Republican, I was just a gal. And I was a lesbian. I still am a lesbian. And all these traditional things you would think would lean you towards the Democrats, right? It wasn't about party for me. It was always about the truth. And in 2004, I started speaking about local corruption. Long stories. But the point of this is that, oddly enough, all the Democrats turned on me. They set me up, Democratic sheriff, police, politician. They tried to shut down my blogs. They just treated me really, really bad. And the conservatives stood behind me. They had meetings I spoke at. They stood behind my blogs. They joined a recall I had for the sheriff. They, there I was, very new age, very, not the traditional, like, evangelistic Christian sort of belief. And, more pagan beliefs and a lesbian, but we had the common ground in the truth, right? So they stood up with me. It wasn't about, we're going to be friends and I believe what you believe. It's about sovereignty and divine individuality and live and let live. So funny, you have a cattle war for years with your neighbor, the cows coming on the property, a water rights war. You could be all like, grrr, right? But if you pull over on the side of the road and you run out of gas and it's freezing, that same farmer, that same conservative farmer that you're like, grrr, with, will pull over and pick you up, and you can sit in the car silently to get gas. They won't let you freeze to death in a car. Fast forward to a liberal community such as Port Townsend, Washington, they don't see you in the car. Not my problem. Pass people on the road, don't help them. One guy, he was out on the highway 24 hours, he didn't get help. They talk about help everybody, love everybody, but they let people freeze in cars. But the conservatives, for the most part, don't. And where I come from before, it's like, they look at the humanity. Even if I'm a pagan lesbian, they're not going to let me die. And they're going to stand behind me. And they're going to stand behind live and let live. The Democrats don't do that.